Realme 9 Pro Series. Capture the light.
This Feb 16, capture the light with the Realme 9 Pro series. Realme, dare to leap.
Dare to leap.
Content is everywhere, from classic newspapers, radio, TVs to consuming content right through our smartphones. We've come a long way. With over 5 billion views every month, India is one of the biggest consumers of video content in the world today. Content generation have exploded in the last few years. Everyone you know is either making or consuming it, and it's safe to say, we live and breathe content.
Realme 9 Pro Series. Capture the light. Realme 9 Pro Series. Capture the light.
This Feb 16, capture the light with the Realme 9 Pro series. Realme, dare to leap.
Hi everyone, it's been quite some time since we met. Hope you started the new year with a lot of fun and thrill. I hope you and your families are keeping safe. Do you know what I have been most thrilled about? To be here with you at the first ever global launch event of Realme this new year. As always, we will unveil something fascinating today. Be rest assured, I am here to set a new benchmark for all the smartphones in the 20 to 30k price segment with the newest stars. Am I being the spoiler? Are you ready for the surprises? Before we dive into it, let me take you through our vision this year. Being an adventurous brand, we always aim higher and push the boundaries. After gaining 100 million users in 2021, we wondered what's next. Well, 2022 will be a year where we script a new success chapter and cross new goalposts. Our top of our list is to become the most loved smartphone brand in India and globally with a dual 100 million sales strategy. We want to achieve another 100 million by the end of 2022 and another 100 million in 2023 itself. I am excited to share a new milestone that we pulled off last year. We have always focused on bringing trend-setting technology to the consumers. The industry has acknowledged our efforts, with the Realme being announced as the most trusted technology brand with the highest brand trust score of 55%, according to the CAMR Connected Survey 2021. In India, we have emerged as number 2 smartphone brand in Q4 2021. To be honest, what truly motivates me day and night is to bring our trend-setting technology to all the nooks and the corners of India. The mainline expansion has been critical to the Realme's growth. We have already opened 300 stores in 2021, and this year there will be more than 1000 plus Realme exclusive stores. We will also launch our first flagship experience stores in 2022. Stay tuned for more details. We have traveled a long way together. You may recall the day when our first smartphone, Realme 1, was launched. It is still fresh in my mind how I stood on the stage in 2018 to unveil the first ever disruptor from the Realme family. This smartphone shattered everyone's expectations of what this segment could offer. The leap forward performance and design set a new benchmark with more than 120,000 units sold in a single day, breaking all-time new product sales record. And that was only the beginning of what the trend-setting Realme number series could do. In the past 3 years, it has become one of the most successful series in the global smartphone industry from Realme. To give you a perspective, Realme number series now has 40 million users worldwide, making it one of the best-selling smartphone series in the world from Realme. The first ever tremendously successful breakthrough taught us an important lesson. Those amazing technology features, which were largely a mainstay of flagship smartphones, should not just be limited to a selected few users. Our teams at Realme were aligned on challenging the status quo from day one. Every young user in the world should have the same opportunity to experience technology and how it changes lives. This is the mission of the Realme number series. That is why Realme number Pro series holds a very special place in our history. We aim to make flagship innovations more accessible with the Realme number Pro series. We introduced our flagship innovations with each subsequent generation. With the Realme 6 Pro, we included a high refresh rate 90Hz display and introduced 65-watt fast charging with Realme 7 Pro. Each of these innovations challenged the existing status quo of their price segments. Realme number Pro series continuously broke existing norms and set new bars for what's possible. As you know, camera technology has always been a highly attractive proposition in the number series. We envisioned delivering the best mobile photography experience through our cutting-edge flagship innovations last year. The results was Realme 8 Pro with 108 megapixel high-resolution camera. We achieved the impossible by making it accessible in the mid-range segment, which was previously only available on ultra-premium flagships. What an enormous success it was. Our fans loved it in a little to no time, going all out with some incredible photographs. Just look at these images shot with the Realme 8 series. It also gives me a pleasure to say the Realme 8 Pro has wowed the die-hard tech media fraternity. The Realme product concept of Dare to Leap is being increasingly appreciated by users and technology publications. In addition to the leap forward performance and camera, the Realme number series also set the standards for design in the smartphone market. We introduced the upgraded diamond cutting edge technology on the back of the Realme 5 Pro, Our first lighting design on the 6 Pro caught everyone's attention. On Realme 8 Pro, we introduced the special fluorescent materials onto the back design for the first time, so that the young users can flaunt their style even at night. I'm proud to announce that number series will once again bring a leap forward designs. As we build on our success with the Realme 8 series, we are poised to set a new standard for the mobile photography in this price range. Due to this reason, Realme 9 Pro Plus will be the first in the Realme 9 series. Pro Plus represents the ultimate pursuit of the Realme's leap forward camera experience in the mid-range series. This is the biggest achievement ever in the history of Realme number Pro series. Thanks to a combination of innovative hardware and software, the Realme 9 Pro Plus gives you the best photography experience, yet low light photography won't be exclusive to flagship phones anymore. You can capture the story of every moment with Realme 9 Pro Plus, no matter how bright or dark the environment is with Realme 9 Pro Plus. And yes, that's where the Capture the Light slogan comes from. Now, I will hand over the stage to JJ, who will tell you about the Pro experience of the Realme 9 Pro series.
Thank you, Madhav. Hello everyone, my name is JJ. I'm thrilled to be here today to share our newest addition to the Realme number series, the Realme 9 Pro Plus. So, let's take a look at the main camera. We hear every day from our Realme fans that one of our favorite features on the Realme 8 Pro is the camera. And we want to make the camera better with 9 Pro Plus. With Realme 8 Pro, we have reimagined what a main camera could be in terms of resolution. As our camera engineers came together for 9 Pro Plus, the main question we asked ourselves was, what if a smartphone camera could capture excellent low light photos? This idea is not exactly new. We have seen a lot of premium flagship smartphones able to take low light photos really well. However, we think such capabilities shouldn't be reserved only to the premium flagships. So we set out to design a camera that lets you capture your favorite moments in a whole new light. Hence the slogan for the 9 Pro Plus, Capture the Light. With that in mind, today I'm excited to introduce a new imaging technology on the main camera that is generations ahead of other smartphones in its class. We are calling it ProLight imaging technology. So what does it do? Well, let's take a look at a typical image shot at night first. This is a typical photo in a low light setting, which is very blurry and grainy, making the photo pretty much unusable. These grains are what we call image noise, and we want to solve that with 9 Pro Plus. Our camera engineers at Realme have identified a few common factors that can affect the level of noise and clarity of your photos. They are small camera sensor, lighting conditions, and motion shake. This is where our ProLight imaging technology comes in. It is a combination of software and hardware working together seamlessly. The goal is to let you capture beautiful photos in any situation. ProLight imaging technology achieves this by intelligently utilizing the large imaging sensor, pairing it with advanced digital noise reduction algorithms and dual stabilization system. So, let's start with the image sensor. A bigger image sensor means more light intake and better photos. This is why we have packed 9 Pro Plus with a flagship Sony IMX766 sensor. This is a very popular camera sensor that is in a lot of flagship smartphones, which typically cost between $600 and $900. In fact, there are 15 other mainstream flagships that use Sony IMX766 imaging sensor as part of their camera system. Why is that so, you might ask? Well, it is because of the sensor size. Perfect for low-light photography, this massive 1/1.56-inch sensor makes it one of the biggest in its class. Compared it with the iPhone 13, it is a whopping 45% more light intake. And thanks to the pixel binning technology on Sony IMX766, it is able to process incoming data with 4 pixels combined into one big pixel. This increases the pixel size from 1 to 2 microns, turning them into superpixels. Effectively increase the overall light intake by 50%. Having more light intake is just half the story. In low-light photography, sensor typically needs more time to capture light, so it is very easy to get blurry images. And this blurriness isn't caused by the sensor, it is caused by handshake. As part of ProLight imaging technology, the main camera comes with both optical image stabilization for photos and electronic image stabilization for videos. With these images, you might already see the differences in terms of quality and clarity. It becomes especially clear when you zoom in on the details. With optical image stabilization, the camera lens can now compensate for any unwanted movements, giving you better clarity and sharpness. But with smartphones, you are limited to the physical size of the camera sensor. So we turn to computational photography to further enhance the sensor's capabilities to improve the level of image noise. Our ProLight imaging technology comes integrated with AI noise reduction engine 3.0, reducing noise much faster and more accurately. When you press the shutter, 9 Pro Plus takes a burst of several photos. The AI noise reduction engine employs an imaging averaging algorithm to find the differences and remove as much digital noise as possible. But because digital noise comes in different shapes and sizes, the noise reduction engine uses deep learning to identify and remove these shapes. The end result? Beautifully clear low-light photos with far less digital noise. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's take a look at how clean and clear the image looks as compared to our competitors. If you take a closer look, we can see how better the images are. No matter how big you make the images, photos taken on 9 Pro Plus will look great. So this is the ProLight imaging technology powering the main camera. Now we can capture every moment beautifully, no matter how difficult the lighting condition is. Here are some sample snaps took with 9 Pro Plus. Every shots are brilliantly exposed with sharp and clear details, along with balanced saturation and contrast. In short, the 9 Pro Plus features the best camera in the history of Realme number series. Powered by the all-new ProLight imaging technology, 9 Pro Plus can go head-to-head with flagship devices when it comes to low-light camera performance. We have also made a video to show you the engineering behind the ProLight imaging technology. Light. It is the key to photography, but also the biggest challenge for our camera. When there's almost no light to work with, how do you capture it? How do you process it? We asked photographers from all around the world to help us refine the camera system for the Realme 9 Pro Plus with our 12 Hours of Night campaign.
Smartphone cameras are usually very capable in well-lit situations, while the low-light scenarios remain a major challenge. What is truly important is how much light is transmitted through lens and how the camera is processing the image afterwards.
Stigma gadget yang highlight fotografi itu kebanyakan infoin numbers of megapixel yang mereka punya. Kalau buat gua, megapiksel gede itu nggak ngaruh sama hasil fotonya, tapi lebih ke sensor foto.
It's hard to imagine doing long exposure photography without professional equipment, since the gear you're shooting with needs to be very still for some time.
Bueno, la verdad es que muchas personas están cambiando de SLR a los celulares porque les está facilitando muchísimo el flujo de trabajo.
Realme es un aliado tanto para fotógrafos como para fans de la fotografía.
Realme 9 Pro series, we encourage the youth to chase their dreams with hope in their hearts, even when there seems darkness all around.
I'm happy to be a part of the Realme camera optimization program, testing the equipment that supports the creative process and helps to achieve beautiful photographs in the full range of lighting scenarios.
Why are flagship cameras better at low-light photography? They have bigger sensors, better image stabilization, and more intelligent noise reduction algorithms. With the goal of bringing you a flagship experience, the Realme 9 Pro Plus is the first smartphone from Realme to include our ProLight imaging technology. The bigger the sensor, the more light intake, the more image information. We use the huge Sony IMX766 imaging sensor to capture more light, while its built-in optical image stabilization keeps images sharp. ProLight imaging technology includes Realme's AI noise reduction engine 3.0, developed specifically to intelligently reduce image noise. This combination of powerful hardware and innovative software is the perfect representation of making flagship technology accessible to all. That is in sync with our core value, dare to live. Magnum photographer Trent Park knows it all about capturing the light and how important it is to photography. With photography being a modern form of expression, we include a ton of amazing photography features to bring our street photography to the next level. Perhaps the most obvious was the introduction of the world's first street photography mode on Realme GT Master Edition. By making street photography easier, it has changed the way our fans capture everyday moments. Here are some of my favorite shots from our fans using street photography mode. Every shot here has a story of its own. It is no surprise that street photography mode is one of our most used camera features. And today we are ready to introduce the next iteration of street photography mode. This is street photography mode 2.0. Our aim is to make street photography as fluid and natural as possible. Making it so simple to do, you can focus on capturing that shot, not on operating the camera. You might have tried taking long exposure photos before, but taking long exposures is not easy. That's because of two limiting factors: keeping the smartphone steady over a long period of time, and knowing how long to actually take the long exposure for. So this time around, we are introducing Smart Long Exposure. Smart Long Exposure comes with 4 different modes, each with a unique look and feel. Let's take a look at each of them. Rush Hour lets you keep your subject in focus while blurring the passing crowds. Neon Trail is great for capturing nighttime landscapes with the passing lights. Light Trail is perfect if you have a subject and want to capture those trail lights passing by. And we have also included a dedicated light painting mode, specifically designed for creative photography like this. With Smart Long Exposure, you no longer need to worry how to take a shot. By simplifying the process, 9 Pro Plus lets you take fantastic shots you will want to share right out of the camera. Let me show you just how easy it is. Isn't that cool? Now, as we share our photos more and more on social media platforms, the use of filters has essentially become second nature. This is why we've included 3 street photography filters in Street Photography Mode 1.0. Each of these filters are designed to help add that classic analog look to your shots. For Street Photography Mode 2.0, we have invited our Realme fans to collaborate with us in creating a filter that encapsulates the Realme style. And this is the filter you chose. We are calling it 90s Pop. It is perfectly suited for both street photography and everyday snapshots. 90s Pop is designed to enhance the saturation and contrast to evoke the vintage hues of the 90s. Now, we have a new feature for the pros, pick and zoom. Pick and zoom gives you more control over your creation when shooting on the streets. You can now tap and move left or right for focus picking, move up or down to zoom in or out. That means you can zoom and focus precisely on the subject of your choice, all with one button. So, this is the Street Photography Mode 2.0. What's exciting is that we have made street photography simpler with each iteration, so that everyone can capture that decisive moment right on their phone without needing to be a photography expert. The 9 Pro Plus camera system also comes with a 119-degree super wide camera to enable you to be more creative by capturing more. And with a 4cm micro camera, you can go in real close and capture something different that otherwise be missed by our naked eyes. In short, Realme 9 Pro Plus features the most advanced flagship camera system in the history of Realme number series. We can't wait for you to try it out and show us what you can do with it. Let's take a few moments to talk about the selfie camera. This time around on 9 Pro Plus, we have supercharged our 16-megapixel selfie camera with Clear Fusion algorithm. With Clear Fusion, you can capture sharp and clear selfies no matter the lighting conditions. Clear Fusion uses AI algorithm to intelligently clean up image noise and sharpen the overall image so that your selfies are instantaneously shareable. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it hard to get everyone in focus when taking a group selfie. This is why with multi-facial smart focusing, 9 Pro Plus is able to keep everyone in the frame focused, capturing sharp and clear group selfie every time. This is the new 9 Pro Plus camera system. Powered by our own ProLight imaging technology, we can now get incredible camera performance even in the most challenging lighting conditions. And with Street Photography Mode 2.0, capturing that perfect shot is easier than ever before. Now, let's take a look at the design. Color, material, and finish are a big part of what defines product design for us. Design is one of the first things you notice and can evoke an emotional response every time you use the phone. Our team at Realme Design Studio set out to create a fluid design that changes its appearance. We did a lot of experimenting with glass to deliver what we believe is our boldest design to date. This time around, we invited our Realme fans from 9 countries to share with us sunrise photos as a source of inspiration for the 9 Pro Plus design. See what we did there? 9 countries, 9 Pro Plus. Inspired by sunrise, we call this light shift design. When exposed to sunlight, Realme 9 Pro Plus magically changes color from light blue to red, just like the sky from dusk to dawn. Taking it back to indoors, it changes back to blue. It's like having 2 colors on one phone. Months of work, trial and error, and lots of fine-tuning went into creating the light shift design. It was a very complex process to get it just right. The light shift design composed of multiple layers to achieve this magical color changing effect, where each layer contains different material to receive and diffuse incoming lights. And I want to bring your attention to the top layer, that is the photochromic layer. When exposed to sunlight, trillions of photochromic molecules begin to change their structure. This reaction is what causes the color to shift from one shade to another. But the biggest challenge we had was to create a light-responsive technology that maintains strong color tones. Notably, we have implemented industry-leading dual-layer chromic bonding process to integrate photochromic layers seamlessly into the back panel of Realme 9 Pro Plus. Let's see how this works. The dual-layer chromic bonding process uses reinforced particle gel to strengthen the bond between the photochromic layer and the glass, creating a consistent, smooth calibration across the back panel. After the chromic bonding process is complete, the overall color tone will improve by a massive 40% as compared to a single-layer chromic process. To further enhance the effects, we have included a dazzling hybrid stardust layering into the light shift design. For the body itself, to ensure it feels comfortable and secure in your hand, we designed a 3D curved glass rear panel with a 47-degree profile. And the design blends seamlessly with the camera housing. thanks to the use of complementary color tones and sleek metal camera rings. Because the 9 Pro Plus is extremely thin at just 7.99mm, it feels comfortable to hold and feels light in the hand. In fact, this is the slimmest design ever in Realme number series. So, how do you like the light shift design? The light shift design not only replicates the beauty of the sunrise, but the technology behind is what makes the Realme 9 Pro Plus worth celebrating. In short, this is our most forward-thinking design just yet. Let's take another look at the design in action.
From ordinary to extraordinary, there's a long way to cross. Whenever we lose our way, there's always a light that keeps us going. The light sparks from every young heart. It leads us to capture inspiration in ordinary days. It encourages us to seize the colors of sunrises after the darkest hours and create something amazing with it. We brought the magical color-changing effect to life thanks to a dual-layer chromic bonding process. Place the back cover under the light for just a moment and you'll see it go from a calming blue to a passionate red, just like the color changing of the sky during sunrise. Presented by Realme Design Studio. A tribute to those who dare to capture the light. Realme 9 Pro Series.
This is the sunrise blue featuring the all-new light shift design.